Miami-Dade County is at a crossroads. The proposal for a new airport has sparked intense debate, reflecting tensions between modernization and its impact on residents. Proponents like Commissioner Marino Cabrera and Mayor Daniella Levine Cava argue that it's essential for growing traffic.
However, many residents are worried. They wonder if this project will increase the cost of living and displace families.
Will Miami-Dade become an exclusive playground for the wealthy, or can it maintain its diverse social fabric amidst development? Housing costs have skyrocketed, forcing some to move out. Many believe the new airport is a proposed solution that exacerbates this trend. The decision to build a new airport will shape the future of Miami-Dade. It's not just about infrastructure, but about defining what kind of community Miami-Dade aspires to be. The airport director has been in office for a long time, holding key positions and witnessing this collapse without taking action. Mayor Daniella Levine Cava and Commissioner Marino Cabrera have also witnessed the airport's deterioration without reacting appropriately. Now they are proposing another airport, which means more money and more expenses at the cost of residents and their jobs. The county's official pages show that reports presented at commissioners' meetings lack key data, in addition to months of delays that violate Ordinance 19-122. The lack of transparency in the project reports, both in accounting and financial aspects, creates credibility gaps. Asking for more money cannot be the constant strategy of our county representatives. The nation is calling for the elimination of administrative and bureaucratic layers, while this county administration reinforces the idea of making government bigger and more expensive, forgetting that everything ultimately falls on the residents and their family economy. Proponents emphasize that the airport would be largely financed with funding that doesn't burden taxpayers. However, skeptics are not convinced, pointing to the history of large-scale infrastructure projects that often go over budget and require additional taxpayer funds. At the heart of the debate is Miami International Airport, the county's main aviation hub. Critics like former candidate Alexander Otola, who has been calling attention to the airport's condition for over 8 years, argue that MIA has been neglected for years, pointing to maintenance issues as evidence of underinvestment.
County officials counter that MIA is not in disrepair. They highlight the Future Ready program, a multi-million-dollar initiative aimed at revitalizing the airport. Future Ready includes renovations of bathrooms, waiting areas, elevators, and parking facilities, as well as plans for a new 4-star hotel and expanded parking.
Despite these planned improvements, the sheer volume of passengers and cargo passing through MIA raises concerns about its long-term capacity. In 2023 alone, MIA handled over 52 million travelers and nearly 2.7 million tons of cargo. These figures have led some commissioners to conclude that a second airport is necessary to avert collapse and maintain the region's competitive edge. In November 2024, Commissioner Cabrera introduced a resolution requesting a feasibility study to explore the construction of a new airport in Miami-Dade. This proposed airport would accommodate cargo operations, commercial passenger flights, and general aviation.
The scope of the study is extensive, requiring the identification of potential locations, considering factors such as land availability, environmental impact, and proximity to existing infrastructure. The 4 general aviation airports already operating in Miami-Dade are among the sites being considered. Proponents emphasize that the airport would be largely financed with funding that does not burden taxpayers.
However, skeptics remain unconvinced, pointing to the history of large-scale infrastructure projects that often exceed their budgets and require additional taxpayer funds. In a county already grappling with rising housing costs, residents are wary of any project that could lead to higher taxes. The feasibility study will need to provide concrete financial projections and address concerns about potential cost overruns to alleviate these anxieties.
The debate over a new airport in Miami-Dade County is far from over. It has exposed the complex challenges of managing growth in a rapidly evolving region. While the economic importance of aviation to Miami-Dade cannot be denied, the costs and potential consequences of such a massive infrastructure project cannot be ignored.
The feasibility study needs to provide a clear assessment of the project's viability, addressing the economic benefits and the potential social and environmental impacts.
Ultimately, the decision should be made in consultation with the residents of Miami-Dade County and not just fall on the elected officials of Miami-Dade. They must balance competing interests and make a decision that will shape the future of the county. By prioritizing transparency and commitment to the well-being of all residents, Miami-Dade can chart a course towards a more sustainable and equitable future.